Hello there and welcome back to Coin Daily. By the end of August, I'm going to upload a video every day with the goal of reaching 1,000 subscribers. And if every person who hears me now subscribes to the channel, we will get there in a second. Let's begin with the video. We're going to discuss one of the trendiest issues in the crypto industry today. Cardano, the company behind the ADA cryptocurrency, has finished its white hard fork and is ready to enter the Goguen era. Keep watching to the conclusion because you won't want to miss out on how Cardano completed this difficult feat, their future ambitions, and how this will influence her investment in Cardano, as well as what this means for the future price of Bitcoin. Cardano is a Charles Hoskinson-founded third-generation public blockchain platform that aims to provide a superior alternative to proof-of-work networks. Cardano has its own cryptocurrency, the ADA, and it shares many of the same characteristics as other cryptocurrencies like Bitcoin and Ethereum, such as scalability, interoperability, and transaction speed. Cardano aspires to address all of these problems by establishing a decentralized application development platform with flexible transaction protocols and verified smart contracts. What are smart contracts, and how do they work? Smart contracts, on the other hand, are just agreements between two persons. Assume they complete the transaction, which is then stored on a public database before being processed by the blockchain. Smart contracts, to put it another way, allow people to carry out transactions automatically without the intervention of a third party, which is significant. Cardano chose to take things to the next level after a successful blue fork by introducing smart contract integrations with another hard fork known as Alonzo White's hard fork. Only a small number of users were given access to smart contracts after the blue fork. However, as a result of the success, that border has expanded substantially to include a larger number of people. The price of the ADA currency has dropped considerably after the news of the hard fork. When the hard fork's accomplishment was reported on Twitter on July 15, the price made a dramatic swing, rising from $1.20 to $1.28. Cardano's triumph did not happen immediately. Starting with the Byron period in 2017, the firm has been functioning and executing improvements. The firm distributed and permitted funds to buy and trade ADA cryptocurrency during the early days of the Byron period. During the process, they also present several types of wallets. However, it was still a long way from being a popular symbol on the market. The era was mostly about forming a community and bringing people together to exchange and discuss the currency. Then it was time to complete decentralization and implement the most stringent security measures possible. The Shelley period saw a lot of improvements in the Cardano currency, with decentralization as the primary goal, with the expectation of achieving more security than any other major blockchain network, which it did. At the time, the ADA startup was attracting a lot of attention. Another factor that drew in investors and environmentalists was the lower cost and lower power consumption procedure. Unlike other currencies, they claim to consume power comparable to that of a single dwelling. Cardano is working on integrating smart contracts into its platform and currency, which is presently in development. This is what the Goguen period is all about. They also intend to take things even farther by allowing users to create apps. These critical phases are all going place in order to attain maximum scalability, which many other blockchain currencies, such as Ethereum, lack. ADA has shown to be a worthy rival to Ethereum at this time. After finishing the Goguen period, the firm intends to continue with Basho and Voltaire. Cardano will focus on attaining higher scalability in the future Basho era. We'll almost certainly see the development of sidechains and other blockchains linked to the main Cardano workchain as well. This has the ability to increase the network's capacity to new heights. These subsidiary chains can also be used to deploy experimental technology, with no or minimum consequences for the main chain in the event of a failure. In summary, if this issue is fixed, Cardano will gain more flexibility and performance. The Voltaire era is the most recent period in the evolution of ADA. This is also the time to put the finishing touches on the network and get it ready to go live. The Voltaire period will see a treasury system where transaction fees will be collected for future uses and development in order to support future possible developments. Finances will also create a voting mechanism that will allow them to vote on and decide on improvement suggestions. Cardano will no longer be managed by IOHK after the implementation of these technologies. Instead, they will be controlled and maintained by that community, reducing waste and allowing for technological advancement. Cardano had $30 billion worth of currencies on the network by July 14, making it the most capitalized blockchain platform, exceeding Ethereum by a factor of more than 2. Charles Hoskinson, co-founder and CEO of Cardano, has demonstrated that the finances are under control. Everything appears to be in order. We've encountered bugs and integration difficulties that we'd expect to find along the way, and it was just reported that Spores Network had gathered $2.3 million to assist Cardano get things moving ahead. Spores stated that they intend to build a platform that would allow users to not only issue NFTs but also swap assets. Spores will broaden its boundaries and focus more on decentralization in order to become the first full-stack, DeFi, and NFT platform. With the growing interest in NFTs, they see this initiative as a way for people to get more out of their digital currency lives. While many people still believe and consider Ethereum to be a better alternative, many people now believe and consider ADA to be a better alternative because it has better decentralization and, in the future, better scalability. Cardano, which will be fully capable of hosting smart contracts by the end of September, will add to the rivalry. But what has propelled Cardano to such a high degree of popularity? Many factors distinguish it from the competition. Let's take a look at some issues and see how Cardano is helping to discover answers. Cardano aspires to be the first third-generation blockchain network, but no one has gotten there yet. With ETH 2.0, Ethereum is attempting to achieve that level. Cardano, like many other firms, has made tremendous development in this area, and they appear to be doing pretty well. Although it is still too early to proclaim a winner, many feel that Cardano will usher in the final revolution. Another factor for ADA's success is his development team's enthusiasm. Most currencies have a team of 10 to 15 engineers working on them to make them ideal. Cardano goes above and above by enlisting the help of 250 developers that share the same goal and vision. Scalability has always been a problem for cryptocurrencies, and developers are currently attempting to figure out how to get more transactions per second without jeopardizing transaction privacy or security. Cardano also employs a proof-of-stake theory, which has the potential to handle 1 million transactions per second, which is a significant increase over the present rate. However, the process is still in the early stages of development. Another disadvantage of the crypto world is that there is no interoperability across currencies. Thus, for flexibility and simplicity of transfer, it is essential to link to all currencies in the outside world. There have also been a number of initiatives that have successfully connected the decentralized and centralized worlds, but none have yet been refined and proven to be effective. Cardano, on the other hand, is developing an Ethereum converter that will make it simple to move tokens from Ethereum to the Cardano network. This project aims to broaden the ecosystem of dApps, which has been dominated by Ethereum, which is why it has gained so much traction in such a short period of time. What does the future hold for the ADA currency? What do you think Cardano's goals are for us? Cardano is likely to move on to the purple fork testnet after a successful white hard fork, concentrating on network scalability and governance. The Alonzo Red and Alonzo Black parts of the purple fork will be carried out separately. The outcome of the primary net launch of the ADA currency will be determined by the success of the future forks. This is all about the Basho period, and on July 30th, Cardano said, the development team has resumed working on the Electron upgrade. They are addressing issues such as inadequate cache during transactions and other minor problems. Cardano wants to establish a stable and adaptable ecosystem in addition to cryptocurrency demand and exchanges. Cardano also aspires to have a significant effect on people's social, political, and economic life. Currency transfers and large-scale TSPs have been demonstrated to trigger a revolution. The good news is that Cardano is concentrating on one stone at a time rather than multitasking, and they are trying to leave no stone unturned. To summary, Cardano's success and the white hard fork have created new pathways for future development and expansion. The advent of the Goguen period is also exciting news, but ADA's prices have dropped, resulting in a 10% personal loss, comparable to other cryptocurrency values. Despite the difficulties, finances remain optimistic, and they anticipate growth following the September launch. When it is released, the purple fork will have an influence on its pricing. ADA appears to be promising thus far, and we can only hope for more great initiatives to come from it. Everything hinges on how well the concept is carried out. That is all that I have for this video. I hope that you've learned something and gained additional insight about this project. If you are looking to invest, please be smart and make sure to research beforehand. Other than that, I wish you the best of luck.